Right, yeah, this is the smaller YouTuber panel. As you can see, we're all very small in here.
We're all midgets.
Welcome and thank you for coming. I'm glad you're all here. You all look very small, so it's gonna work out. You may notice, you may have not noticed, there is an empty seat on this panel here.
I smell. That's why.
We're going to get one of you up onto the panel. And so, please raise your hand if you are a YouTuber.
Ew.
Nerds! Nerds! Ew. Get them out! Please put your hand down if you have more than 10,000 subscribers.
Get out!
Also, put your hand down if you know me personally, because I won't have any charges of nepotism.
Some people put their hands up, I don't know.
So yeah, let's see. Oh, you're all looking pretty good. I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun.
I feel a girl, Nifsy.
You did what to a girl? What?
we only got one.
This is not the Jerry Springer show. Come on.
Nifsy.
It's a bit empty over here. Can we not fill this up? Good effort, man. Good effort.
Go on, Sammy.
I think we'll go, because I've done a full circuit now and I'm knackered. Would you like to be on the panel next to Matt Amos?
Hello.
Please come up.
You also get free water!
Free Nestle Pure Life
Enjoy
water.
your free water. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, now that we're all present and correct, can we have introductions from our panel members, starting with you. Tell us your name and a little bit about what you do on the internet.
Hello, my name is Connor Jatta. I am the shortest member of the panel. And I make comedy on the internet. However, I have just hit 10,000 subscribers, so I think...
Get out!
Nerd!
Hello, I'm Tom Bacon, and I...
Oh, there's a few fans of bacon in the house.
Yeah.
I'm also a bacon fan.
I do a variety of comedy and interesting videos, mainly sort of comedy recently, but yeah, there's kind of videos on YouTube. Who'd have thought?
Hey guys, my name is Matt Amos, and yeah. No, you guys. Thanks, Ray. In there for you. So I'm actually not a YouTuber.
Get out.
However, whoa!
Scalp his head!
But the thing I do on YouTube is I help other people create their videos. So, like, I help film, I help do sound and stuff, and that's what I do. So, yeah. Hello, what's your name?
My name's Livy, and
And I have a Vimeo account.
Quiet down, it's your own time you're wasting.
my channel's called Livy the Nerd. I make like...
Don't milk it, all right? Repetition does not increase the comedy. Come on.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I make like...
Yes, it does.
I make like vlogs or sketches, sometimes arty videos, just depends what I feel like, really.
I'm Chloe Dungate, aka Scarf. I would have told you if you didn't interrupt me.
Why would you do that?
aka Scarf Demon, and I make animations. Sort of.
Yeah.
Hello, my name...
That was a good hello. That was some solid delivery there.
Thank you,
Well
thank
done.
you.
How long have we got,
Went
Nifty?
into that.
We don't have one answer for this, so we can just keep going.
3 months.
We're the last one, right? So we can just
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going, can't we? It'll be fine.
Hello, my name is Ray Roberts. I'm an independent filmmaker. Thank you. Nice checkered shirt. Thanks. So, yeah, I'm basically Tom Scar without the views. So,
That's quite a claim. We'll investigate that claim, I think, as we go on. And finally, sir.
Hi, I'm Rollo. A bit like Matt, I'm not a YouTuber, please don't boo me. Okay. I basically do work for a company. I know that's not cool either, but it's a company. It's a technology platform which helps people upload their videos and distribute it to lots of sites, so not just YouTube. And that's what I do.
I work for a company. It's Nestle. Pure life water.
Okay, so now that we've got our
Nisi, what's your
Avengers
name?
assembled...
Nisi, what's your name?
Oh, Frank. Frank
Introduce
Drebin.
yourself.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I should probably introduce myself. Hello, my name's Nifty, by the way. I make videos on YouTube that are mostly about me talking, because I love the sound of my own voice.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite part of the day. Yeah, so we're all here and we're all having a lovely time, and we're going to talk about what it's like to be a smaller YouTuber. Now, I feel that in the spirit of this panel, we should just throw it open to questions straight away. Has anybody got a question to kick us off?
I see you. He flies.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Jonas. I come from Portugal, and
Well, just for some in the city?
yes.
Woo! Come on!
Just for this panel?
I see this a lot on videos or even comments on Facebook or Twitter. A lot of small YouTubers that do, oh, can you sub for sub? Or can you sub me if you check my video? Or do you like my video? Oh, I will totally check your video, or something like that. Or even spamming videos saying, oh, you're an inspiration and something, and didn't even see the video. And my question is there a way to educate smaller YouTubers to not do this? No, and I have a suggestion. I don't know if anyone will agree or not, but since we are small, and if anyone has business cards, we can we can trade our business cards if you want to. I don't know.
Did you just say, like, well, why do people, like, spam their own channel, and then you spam your own channel in real life? Is that what just happened? I commend you for that. But no, that's a very serious question. Do we think that there is an issue with the way that we are promoting ourselves as smaller YouTubers, or is there a better way than approaching people with like a larger fan base, or putting our links somewhere where we think they'll be seen more? Is that a good way of growing our brand, or is that just annoying other people?
It's annoying, isn't it, basically? I know I will definitely sub for sub, but I will never watch your videos. So that is definitely the wrong way to go about it, isn't it, really? I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with advertising. Like, I think probably everyone here probably uses Twitter and Facebook to say, hey, I'm doing YouTube now and I make videos and here's my channel. Go and check it out if you like. But I think sub for sub is atrocious.
I think it's kind of like an empty gesture, isn't it? It's more like you're not really getting anything out of it because you're not getting an actual engagement with the thing that you're making. If you say, you sub to me and I'll sub to you, it's literally you're just doing it for the numbers. You're not doing it to get someone to watch whatever it is you're making.
And it doesn't have an effect because even if you are just doing sub for sub, you're not going to watch the videos of the people that you sub to. And I think hopefully in that case, people who do start doing sub for sub will realise that maybe it doesn't work and hopefully just naturally go away from it in time. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean like sort of YouTube's got to the stage now where like people were doing sub for sub so much because back then the subscriber count did matter, but now sort of as a whole sub box is not really working anymore and for other reasons. Like the subscriber count doesn't really matter, it's all about the views you're sort of getting. But even like, I have heard no one become like sort of big or anything like that from asking around saying, hey, do you want to sub for sub? It's like, it doesn't even work. I don't get why. And there's only one subscriber. It's like, and they won't even
It does sound like a lot of work. Like if you had to like get to 1 million just by going around people going sub for sub, sub for sub, sub for sub, sub for sub, it's going to get pretty old.
You see it though.
Livy.
Oh. Well, when I first started my channel, I private messaged like a load of really big YouTubers back at the time. Like I started my channel 2 years ago, and I private messaged Luke Cutforth, Bertie Gilbert, Musical Bethan, like those people. And I was lucky enough to actually get messages back from them. Like I'd already spoken to a few of them in real life anyway, like just at gatherings. And they were like, oh, I remember you, like I'll check out your videos. And then they ended up like subscribing, and then one thing led to another, and like, but I didn't do that publicly. It was more private. Like I just wanted approval from like certain people that were my inspirations. I wasn't trying to like get loads of people on the bandwagon about like follow for follow. It was more just like individual YouTubers that were kind of my inspirations that I wanted to like be that I messaged. I didn't like spam their comments saying, hey, check out my channel.
It's more of a personal approach that I think that if you maybe, and that is relying on somebody actually looking at what you've made rather than just clicking subscribe.
Like I did that on the YouTube inbox thing where you used to be able to see like messages, and I don't even think that exists anymore fully. Like no one really checks their YouTube inbox messages anymore, so I'm
Nobody
not
knows
sure that
where
would
it
work.
is.
Yeah, exactly.
You get an email saying, oh, you've got a message. I can't see it.
So I guess I was just really lucky back then, but now I think it's so difficult. So yeah.
Okay.
This is going to get miserable very quickly, isn't it?
Okay. I mean, let's take another question, I think. I'll run over here.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry. I was
Next question.
I'm easily confused, sorry. As I've come to the small YouTuber panel, I'd quite like to talk about bigger YouTubers just for a moment. They don't really get enough attention.
Love the determination.
Do you think there is elitism in the YouTube community? Have you experienced it from either other creators or for fans?
We'll start with you guys because you guys didn't answer.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's start over here on the left.
You do the hard question, Wibby.
I think the difficult thing is that there is a degree of elitism, but it was created by both parties. So if you get bigger YouTubers, they're not the ones who call themselves bigger YouTubers. That's a name given to them by their fan bases. So the divide comes from both sides, and it's going to be very difficult to kind of break down those walls. It's not that they don't want to just connect with other people and they're just kind of staying in their own little cliques. That's not the case at all. They do want to branch out, but if 100 people run screaming at them in a public space, that's very off-putting for everyone involved. Not the fans so much, they enjoy it for some reason.
The thrill of the chase.
It is. So, I wouldn't exactly call it elitism, it's kind of maybe just smaller pockets of YouTube who have had to kind of build up walls more to defend themselves out of anything else other than, I don't want to work for you because I'm too big for you. Like the barriers are there, but it's not what people think it is, essentially.
I'd completely agree. And the reason why is when you look at this event itself, how often do you get these huge people who do have this massive following online standing in line? I saw one of the really famous YouTubers just standing there and waiting for you and people to sign these things. That doesn't happen with Brad Pitt or Jay-Z, and there are articles out there saying these guys are as big as them, and they come here and they're here for you. I think elitism comes down to the person. If someone acts elite, then that's elitism. But I think it comes down to each YouTuber. If they're lovely to you, if they sign your things, if they're friendly to you, they're not elitist. And I think if YouTube is elite, then I don't know what the rest of the Hollywood industry is. I think as a whole group, we're all pretty lucky how friendly this whole community is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, not wanting to cut you out, Ray, but I think we've done with that question. I'll come straight back to you for the next one. But yeah, I think that in terms of elitism, we're like, in my experience, most of the bigger YouTubers, they're actually quite accommodating when it gets down to it, that they're not kind of, there's this perception of it being quite cliquey, and you know, you can't get into work with people or make films with people or meet people, and I don't think that's the case. So they are just human beings, and I do think that a lot of them, if you meet them in the right circumstances, then you know they're very accommodating and they will take you on. Not in a fight or anything, but like, well, some of them, but yeah. Sorry, you had a question.
Hi, so everyone's small in the beginning, but when you've had a small channel for a couple of years maybe, why do you think that is that you're staying small? How do you find the motivation to stay small and still
can you slow
create?
down?
Can you slow down?
So everyone's small in the beginning.
That's not better.
No.
Everyone is small in the beginning.
Yes.
But once you've had a small channel for a couple of years and you still don't have a lot of subscribers, how do you find the motivation to keep your channel in the long run being small? Why do you think that might be? And yeah, your thoughts on small channels and long term.
I'll let Ray answer that first.
Well, so it really depends on what your goal is with YouTube. If you're doing it for numbers, then after years of not, you know, reaching a certain milestone in subscribers, you're gonna not want to do it anymore. But I think for most of us on this panel, and maybe some of you out there, it's not all about the numbers. Like, I'm a filmmaker. I do it because I want to make creative things and work with good creative people, hopefully. So as long as I'm doing that, which I have been, I'm quite happy with my videos and don't really mind the subscriber count. That keeps me going. Keeps me going. I'm not
Nerd.
Does anybody else have anything to add to that up there?
Like going back.
Not you, Matt. Shut up.
No, I think
No,
like what you were saying in terms of like if you've got a small amount of subscribers and it's been like that for so many years and you don't know why it's going up, maybe just sort of like. Like maybe it's like, I'm not saying like the content that you're producing might be bad or something, but maybe it's just sort of like, I'm not trying to say that you're a bad person.
Tread carefully.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Start a
That's what I'm
riot.
trying to do. Like as Ray said, I think Ray said it perfectly, like don't ever do it for the numbers, but there will come a time, like it's just natural where you feel like you want more recognition for the hard work you're putting into it. And then sort of when it feels you get to that time where you don't really want to do it anymore because of the view counts and stuff, maybe you should sort of start reaching out on other social platforms or asking friends and stuff to sort of helping out, and that's where like sort of collaboration sort of can really come into hand to help you grow, as it were. But yeah, completely agree what Ray says of like stick to your guns and thanks.
Yeah, I think that if you're having trouble motivating yourself to make the videos, then maybe you're not making what you want to be making, maybe you're not doing what you want to be doing. I feel like most people make videos because they want to, like Ray says, it's the thing that you're creating is the point. It doesn't have to be about how many people then see that thing. You know, the fact that you've poured your heart into something makes it worth making. Anybody else got a question?
In terms of the YouTube community, what is your experience with the YouTube community? Because in terms of what I have experienced, the most I've ever experienced of having a YouTube community is usually the kind of, well, how would you say, the interaction with people on the YouTube comments or on, for example, like YouTube forums like YT Talk. Don't know if any of you heard of that, but little plug there. But like, I haven't really experienced much friendliness within the YouTube community, being that there's not really much support for people, or at least serious support. Like, whenever you ask people to collab with each other, it's usually half-assed stuff unless there is some clear gain from it. Like, you can, like, a smaller YouTuber perhaps collabing with a very big YouTuber. What is your experience with the YouTube community in terms of friendliness, collabing, and overall interaction with a community? I'm not meaning with just your fans and comments, I mean actual other YouTubers.
I think that all I've ever gained from YouTube is friends, because well, it's true.
And enemies.
And enemies. This is very true. Some of them are in this room. But I think it's better. Like, Tom and I have been working together for how long now?
5 years.
5 years, on and off the screen.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and we're having a baby. So, I mean, it might be because I think it is slightly different now, and there doesn't seem to be as much hanging out with each other IRL, just in general. But I know for a fact that most of my pals that I'm hanging out with now are from YouTube, so there's definitely that massive community spirit still there. And we've made loads of stuff that no one's looked at. So, guess what? You know what I mean? I think, yeah, it's definitely still there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think because we've kind of been in the community for quite a while now, and when I think we joined, it was a lot easier to make friends with people who had bigger numbers, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe now it's a bit harder.
It's to do with traffic as well. There's so much more traffic when you're trying to, isn't like internet traffic, when you're trying to chat, like you're saying, you could send out messages back in the day.
Yeah.
And now no one will see that because there are so many people doing the same thing, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Can I add something? Is that good?
Ray, you have a point? There's a point to you, is there, Ray?
That's Let's discuss that another day. So going back to what we were talking about earlier, about that whole distance between small YouTubers and big YouTubers, it's partly created by the small YouTubers in this example. Like, it's how we approach them. So if you were to, you know, word your message to, hey there, Tom Scar, do you want to, I know you're probably busy, so I won't be offended if you don't reply to this, but if you want to do a collab this weekend, then yeah. But, no! Hello.
Oh dear. Somebody, can we get that man out of here? He's got over 2 million subscribers. He's not welcome in this room.
Same thing, Ray?
Same would apply to Zoella. But yeah, it's all about, you know, if you just see them as actual people, which, spoiler, they are, and word your message in a more like, hey, this is what I do, we might make good stuff together, you know, like on an equal basis, then you might get a genuine reply. But then again, it does come back to, you know, their feeds might be busy, but still, like, you're more likely to get ignored if you're talking to them as if they're this untouchable god. Yeah.
See, I think, just to add and expand a little bit on that, I think that a lot of YouTubers, they're more likely, like Livy said, to, if you send them a link to your stuff and kind of introduce yourself, rather than just going, hey, I like your stuff, can we do a collab? That seems like, it's a terrible analogy, but there needs to be a bit of foreplay.
You say keep it PG.
Well, I'm breaking my own rules. And ears. Yeah, so if you kind of introduce yourself to people and make them aware of what you're doing before you sort of go all out assault on them, trying to go, hey, come and do a thing with me, you know, it's probably more it's more likely that it's going to happen because it greases the wheels a bit. They'll remember you, like you said. They'll remember you from gatherings, and you go, oh, you watched my video, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to make a thing? And it might happen. You don't know. And sometimes it does.
May I add to that quickly?
Who, what? Who,
yes, I may. Thank you.
The voice. Go.
I also think, like, one of the misconceptions that kind of creates this idea that the YouTube community is unfriendly is that people assume that the YouTube community is just the bigger YouTubers, and that's not true at all. I mean, if you just look around the room, you're all YouTubers, and I don't know how many subscribers you've got, but just shake each other's hands, say hi. You're the community. You're what makes YouTube.
Embrace one another.
Everyone hug.
No, really, do it now.
Make some videos.
Literally embrace one another. Feeling the love, feeling the love. Come on!
This is like
the YouTube community is alive and well and in this room.
In conclusion, if you don't think the YouTube community is friendly, be friendlier. You are the community.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Yes. Excellent, excellent point. Okay, we've got another question. I don't know what time it is. What's going on?
Obviously, someone pointed on it before. How do you find to network yourselves without being like annoying? Because I always find wherever I put my stuff, or if I ever like speak to someone about my channel, I hate it. So I always wait for people to talk to me about it or ask me, because otherwise I feel like I'm being annoying. So how do you guys do it without being annoying?
We don't. We annoy everyone.
Yeah, literally. Like the first person I ever met was Tom, and I stupidly was that annoying person. Literally, by just coincidence, I went to Festive Gathering, which I know some of you guys go to, and afterwards we went to the pub, and obviously that's where YouTubers are more relaxed, like, or outright, and just having some beers and just getting to know one another. And then from that, I just met Tom, but then after working with him on one night, I just turned into that fanboy, because it's just natural. No, literally. But like, yeah, as you said, like networking is really, really hard to do, because obviously they've got like huge followings and stuff, and it sometimes is just like chance. Like if you like, yeah, for example, some in the city, and everyone else, if you just talk to them as like a human person and not be like, hey, so you want to collab or anything like that, obviously they'll just be like, someone else be like, hey, this is sort of stuff I sort of do, and just not be so forceful, I guess is the best way to say it. Pardon? Just not be nothing. Yeah. Be something. No, but like, yeah, just sort of don't try and force it. And also, if they do say no, then like look to like smaller people, because there's loads of people here who are at the same position as you and want to collaborate. And for doing a collaboration with someone who might be smaller might prove big things. So if you don't always focus on the big people, like focus on the people who are good and who might be smaller. So yeah.
I think that's an excellent point, Matt. I think that...
Nifsi, can you not stand over there? I can't see you.
Can't see you.
I know that you don't like it when you can't see me. You start to freak out a bit, don't you? Where is he?
Like the voice of God.
But yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I think that it's worth remembering that, you know, getting the attention of a larger YouTuber is not the only thing that you can do with your channel. I mean, again, you're sitting next to other YouTubers, and you can unite together and form an army and overthrow the government. Come on! Let's go! We're marching on Parliament. No, not really. But you know, you can get so much resources and inspiration and just wonderful things from people who are on your level. It doesn't have to just be from somebody who is above you. Yeah. I did speech marks then, but you can't all see me. Yeah, so another question, anybody? Okay.
I am always on the hunt for smaller YouTubers to subscribe to. Could you tell me, A, how you find smaller YouTubers, And B, one of your favorites and why?
Good one.
Should
Good
everyone
one.
answer this
Good,
one?
good. Anybody want to jump in on that one?
Yeah,
Well, I dedicate 2 hours of my time every week to look for these certain...
You're a YouTube prospector.
No, well, I find if you put effort into being a part of this community and working with other people, because of how close we are as a UK community, you generally start to meet more people and you kind of organically find people through that. And as far as my favorite small YouTuber goes, it's going to have to be Meow's Lucy.
Absolutely. She's just so good.
Woo!
So, in my job, I spend most of my day on YouTube quite legitimately, which is great. And it means you come across small channels naturally, I find. As long as you're not looking for, like, the standard things that everyone's making a video on, they are out there. Like, random channels of guys in Australia who are awesome. And my favorite is a guy called Samtime News, who's a really cool guy. But they're all there. It's just avoid all the usual topics like certain videos which everyone does, like Draw My Life and things like that. I'd say look for interesting trends and just kind of go between different areas. Don't always look for what's on suggested video and things like that. So that'd be my recommendation.
I think a really good place to start is just to watch every Nikki and Sammy video. Because they've worked with everyone. They're a machine. They're a powerhouse. But I think that it really ties back to how I think because we've worked with them, and I think that it also. The first time you meet someone doesn't have to be, hey, let's collab. We were just chatting for ages and ages before we got to the point where it was like, hey, shall we make a video first? They're doing it right. They're really friendly, they're really fun, they're having fun. And it shows because they end up working with everyone and they're having a blast doing it. My favourite small YouTuber is so small I can't even remember his name. But he's, if you Google Jewish singer-songwriter, I'm sure it'll come up. He's a guy in New York and he's making amazing stuff. He's really good. I'll tweet about him later and then...
Cheers. Okay, questions.
Okay. So, mine's not a question, but I think we should... open, like, it up to some of the bigger YouTubers in the room. Just, like, to ask them on their opinions on smaller YouTubers.
Well, excuse you!
I'm just curious.
What are we asking Daniel J. Layton?
Tom,
where did you get that amazing vest?
Well, it was H&M actually that I got this amazing vest. I don't know if I'd classify myself as a big YouTuber at this stage. I'm the biggest YouTuber in the room left.
Medium-sized YouTuber. Medium-sized YouTuber Daniel J. Layton, everybody. Yeah, that'll do. Who's got a question? Hey.
Hi. I have a question about trolls. Like, with smaller YouTube channels, I almost feel like there's a lot more trolls in the community that always tell your videos that they're stupid and you're an idiot. How do you deal with them exactly without them? Like, not telling them to not come back, but how...
I thought you said frogs then, but you said, you said trolls, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes, when you're attacked by frogs on the internet, how do you deal with that? No, so yeah, how do we deal with negative comments on videos?
Like, not just criticisms, like negative, horrible comments in a sense.
So like, how do we deal with abuse on the internet?
Can I go?
Get in there.
Well, I've had my fair share of abuse on the internet, and I think it's okay. I'm okay. I think it's just. The main thing is to think of who's sending you that abuse, like who is really that mean to sit behind the computer and write a message that really hurts your feelings. Like, they're obviously not a nice person to start with, so should you really, like,
I'm sorry.
Be focusing should you really, like, be focusing on what they're saying when, like, there's so many people that hopefully like your videos. Like, even if you are getting mainly negative comments on your videos, it's still... like, it's the positive ones that get you through. So, like, if I just try and think about who's sending you the like response. So if someone's sending you a negative response, then they're obviously not a very nice person. Whereas if someone's sending you like a positive one, or even like a you could improve by doing this, that's still a positive comment in my eyes, because it's someone trying to help me rather than like pull me down. If they're giving me constructive criticism, even though it's criticism, I still enjoy getting it because I can make myself better and improve. But for the people that are just sending you really meaningful, horrible hate, I just try and think of who's sending that and like, yeah.
Darth Vader. He's the only one that evil. But I think that something that I do a lot is if you get something really abusive, go and look at their sort of history and their channel and stuff, and you usually find that it's just that's what they do. Yeah. That's their day job. They go on people's videos and leave offensive messages just indiscriminately, usually. I mean, sometimes you'll get someone who actually wants to kill you, but you know, that's a slightly different story. Has anybody else got anything to add to that?
I think it's easy to say, but it's not worth your time. You can just ignore it. Really, it's not going to make any difference at the end of the day. Most of the time, I go along with it. If they swear at me, I'll be like, "Yeah, you're right. I am a twat." Sure, but it's just not worth your time. Really, maybe I'm not getting enough hate. So, touch wood.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I hate you, Connor.
Yeah, it's literally that's it, really. It's all coming back to that. The good people are worth your time, the bad people aren't. And just move on, really.
True, true. Any further questions? Let's go on this side. Hey.
Hello. This is more of like a kind of recommendation for other YouTubers, which is like smaller ones, which has helped me. Which is earlier, a gentleman over there suggested yttalk.com. It's, yeah, woo! It is a YouTube forum, but the way it's made is so that you cannot spam it. You have to actually talk to people. And you have like a little subscribe button, and you can even put your own videos on your signature once you've got to a certain level. So if you get along with people, they will check you out. And my most loyal subscribers are from that website, and they'll follow you on Twitter, Instagram. You can put all these links there. And another one is taking advice, because a lot of people will just write on a big YouTuber's video going, "I haven't got any views, I just don't understand why." But you go on their channel, they haven't got any descriptions, they don't have any links, they don't do anything that is already out there. And there's the YouTube Creator Playbook, which you can get upstairs, and it will help you so much. Like, it really helps. So, yeah. No, that was just for other people, because it hasn't come up.
Yeah, so I feel like we've just had a corporate public service announcement there. I think, can somebody escort this lady out? I think she's a shill.
YouTube Playbook. Get it while it's hot.
Yeah. But yeah, I do, actually, I want to say something about, because I don't actually, and this might be controversial, I don't know, I don't really believe in the YouTube Playbook. I think that is, it's a fiction. I think it's trying to quantify something that is unquantifiable. You can't sort of go, this is how you make a video that will be popular. This is how you will make a channel that will be popular. There isn't like a magical pixie dust equation that will automatically make you a successful YouTuber. And I think it's, yeah, I think it's kind of an empty promise. I think that it's probably worked for some people and that they've kind of found it quite useful, but I personally, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about you guys.
I'd just like to say, I think it's worth a read. I think it's got some cool information there, and it does educate people on how to do tags and things like that. I think it's just worth a read. I sat down, first day of my job, and my boss handed me that and said, read it. And every other guy who's come to our company, read it. And we have our own playbook, and I honestly think there are good tips. There is no magic fairy dust. There is no perfect formula, none of that. There are some good things to read in there and educate yourself, and not just YouTube Playbook, but everywhere.
Well, I think that's actually a good point, because you specialise in this sort of thing, Rollo. So, because I suppose the information that a lot of us don't really get, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but things like, we were talking about algorithms before, and sort of the, there's this thing now where apparently it's the minutes that people watch rather than the view count that's important. I mean, can you explain a little bit about that?
Do you guys, well, okay. So the algorithm is the search engine which YouTube is based on. You may or may not know, but there's search engine optimization. So you do stuff to try and feature on the search. But what happened a while ago was YouTube changed it from views to watch time. And so people now surface more if people watch a more amount of their content, the time, so the minutes, and also the percentage of the video they watch. And so that's pretty much what he's chatting about, but I think that there are various things you can do to try and surface higher on search. None of them are surefire formulas, but there are definitely things you can do, because I sit there doing them, and they do work, but I would say if you look up what you can do, I don't know, writing a title and a description and tags which line up. Don't spam it with keywords, but spam it. Don't spam it at all, but put in the words which are relevant to your video. And if those are the kind of words that you want to feature for, make sure they're in your tags. This might sound really simple, and you might do it all. So I hope I'm not being too simplistic about it.
I think the playbook's important. I think the playbook has some good tools in it and some good tips in it if your videos are good to get them seen. But if your videos aren't, then the playbook isn't going to do any good.
No, yeah, I think that's an excellent point, Tom. Well made. Both of you, actually, Rollo and Tom, you've combined there to more eloquently say what I was ranting about. Yeah, there are ways that you can help your channel and your videos and stuff, but you can't rely solely on that. You have to
pick and choose. It's a toolkit, but it helps. It does help, and I think Nikki and Sammy will totally agree with me, won't they? Nikki and Sammy, Nikki and Sammy, Nikki and Sammy.
Nikki and Sammy, everybody. Nikki and Sammy. Hi. We've all worked with Nikki and Sammy now.
You see?
Oh, I just wanted to, I'm sorry if I came off as rude there. I really didn't mean to be like, I don't agree with what you're saying. I thought I came across like that.
If I can just add about the YouTube playbook, like expanding on what this gentleman said.
That's Rollo.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Rollo, that's Ray.
So, yeah, I think it's good to be aware of everything that's in the playbook, but if it gets to a point where you seem to be only focusing on the things in the book while creating your stuff, it's a bit boring.
Read the book and throw it out.
But yeah, like if some of the stuff in the playbook kind of contradicts what you originally want to do, like if it interrupts your artistic integrity, then it's your call. But yeah, just don't follow it like a strict Bible. I think just pick and choose what you want, like what Connor said.
Follow it like a non-strict Bible.
Yeah.
Just a suggestive Bible.
A suggestive booklet.
An IKEA kind of manual for building furniture.
Like an Argos catalogue, okay. Anybody else got a question?
Hi there. You've all obviously seen in the last kind of few years there's been quite a lot of changes with YouTube. There's no longer things like the featured pages and stuff. And as far as getting new people to view your videos, I wondered kind of what your views were on sort of the paid to get people to view your videos. And also, I wanted to ask Rollo what company you work for.
Oh, okay. I work for a company called Rightster. Ben here, my colleague, is wearing our t-shirt.
It's Ben.
I took it off
yeah,
because
Ben.
I didn't want to like come up here in my company's t-shirt and try and preach anything like that. We're over in the corner. We've been chatting to guys. We have some blue and white beanbags, and people come sit and talk to us. Yeah, that's who I work for. In terms of paying for views, I think it's an awful idea because they're fake. They're hollow views. Yeah. No. But the thing about that is it's literally just a bot. It's just someone somewhere who's clever. He's taking your money and he's giving you fake views which last 9 seconds. It actually damages your video. Just don't do it, because now the whole point, the reason why YouTube switched from views to watch time was to eradicate the kind of weight of people buying fake views to make a video, I don't know, go viral or anything like that. Just, there's no point. It's 9 seconds fake bot, basically. That's my answer.
I think it's similar back to the like the whole sub for sub thing. It's just a pointless number. Like, what would you rather have? Like one more extra number on your video, or someone who genuinely watched your entire video and maybe interacted with you, you know? Like, what do you make videos for? Do you make them for the faceless number or that happy faces that we see here today?
See, the paying for views thing, to me, it's kind of like if you made a film and then you bought all the tickets for the cinema yourself and said, sold out, awesome. What would be the point in that? You know, you actually want people to be watching your stuff. You don't want to be pretending that people are watching your stuff. Anybody else?
Finally.
This better be good.
No, I was actually wondering, because like I feel like as a small YouTuber, the questions that have been asked so far are quite generic, dealing with hate.
You do not like anyone here, do you?
Okay, I'll just stand there. It is like quite dealing with hate and the stuff that you do think about before you start out, and you know, kind of like, how do you deal with hate, and do I get money from it, and all these things that have kind of been mentioned so far. I just kind of wanted to ask all of you why, like, you were obviously picked out for a reason, and how like the things were like proven wrong, like just really like all the things you heard about money, hates, all that, and how you kind of like started out on YouTube.
So you mean sort of how these people got to be on the panel, do you mean? I don't think I...
Kind of.
Sort of.
I kind of meant like all the things I hear so far as that doesn't relate to me at all, because I don't know, like I don't know. I don't.
So is your question asking that you want specific answers? Is that
No,
me?
I mean like, how did you all kind of like start out, and how were the things that you heard about starting YouTube, and how it was hard, and how was that proven wrong, if it was proven wrong?
Like, how have they influenced us? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Okay. It's like, how has hate comments and like the money that people may get from it influenced us as people?
I'll start by how I started off. Would that help? Would that actually help?
Yeah, yes, let's do that. How do we start?
Yeah, no, I think it's... I started off because I met Tom at Stickade. And we walked in, there's 3 of us in the group, or there's 4 of us now, but at the time there were 3 of us, and we walked in, and we must have looked like right idiots, because we were all dressed in orange and all that jazz. And since then, we've just been making videos and collaborating with whoever we can, whoever we meet. But we're not living off YouTube, we're not making enough money to live off it. And like I said earlier, we don't get as much hate from what I've found. It's just been absolutely lovely. But I think that kind of comes with, you're doing something right if you're getting hate, because you're reaching that many people that people aren't, you're not going to please everyone. So maybe that comes with being slightly larger in terms of numbers, but I've not had any problems with any of that.
No, I haven't either. I got started, my first YouTube channel was based on a student radio show that I had at university, and that just kind of came from a place of, we're doing the radio show, it's going great, we can expand into YouTube as kind of an extra medium to attract people to the radio show, and that worked great. But the current channel that I operate kind of came from a place of being unemployed and having too much free time and needing to do something before I go insane. And so I started making videos on my own, and like Connor, I've not kind of encountered anything hate-wise.
I realised just as you were saying that, the only time that's stuck in my head from when we've got hate was when we got featured. We won the Next Up competition, then we got featured, and we just got spammed with hate because it was on the front page, so it was going out to all these people who were just seeing it and they didn't care. It's exactly like Ray was saying. They probably weren't bots, because back then I think front page actually went out to real people, but it was less. Yeah, that wasn't fun. So that scarred me. Yeah.
But sorry, that's quite an interesting thing there that you mentioned, Connor, that the RH experience won Next Up a few years back, which I suppose that, I mean, does that still happen? Does Next Up still take place? Does anybody know? No, you don't know, or no, it doesn't happen.
I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
I don't think it does to the extent that it did then.
It
Oh.
changed names.
Okay.
It changed names and it's
to
less-
YouTube space.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
slightly different.
I think that's quite a good thing, that there are programs that you can sort of enter yourself into, and that's a good way of getting yourself kick-started and getting a bit of attention, is to apply to competitions and, you know, make videos that you can send to actual specific like programs rather than just sending them to a YouTuber that you like. You know, there's a lot of things out there that ask for video contributions, and you can, you know, you can get involved with stuff, and that's good for making contacts. It's good for getting your work seen by people.
I think it's like looking at your videos as a thing which is only for YouTube is a little bit, or if you just branch out your view on like where you want your videos to go, like for example, like we're talking about me for a second.
For a change.
I don't make much money at all through ads being on my videos, but I do get a lot of people who do watch my videos and want to hire me for camera work and editing and things like that, and I do make a little bit off that. But yeah, like I've also tried to look into things like film festivals, film competitions. There's lots of things to go for with your videos that you can do alongside of YouTube. That's the gist of what I want to say there.
Okay, should we take another question? I think we've got time for one or two more. We're running over a bit, but let's, you know, let's own it.
Where are you going?
Don't go away.
We'll just wait for you.
Hello. Hello. Yes. I was just wondering, I watched a YouTube video a while back that said that YouTubers can be categorized into two things, personality and visuals. I was just wondering what your thoughts are on this, and whether you would class yourself as either visuals or personality, if you did agree with that.
Interesting one.
That's a good question. Anybody got anything up there?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive, but I can see how that point could be made. There are a lot of channels that you subscribe to because you want to see something nice, and the channels that you subscribe to because you want to see someone nice, I guess. I think I fall into the personality category, and that's fine.
By visual, do you mean the way the videos look, I assume, then? Yes?
Yeah.
Right.
Just aesthetic.
Yes.
Not the way the person
Not
looks.
the way the person looks. I guess we're definitely falling into a personality, my channel, RH, because we've always tried to keep it so it feels like just a bunch of mates hanging out kind of thing. And I think that's what we may have achieved. And they don't look that good because it's often in a darkly lit library.
I think even though even on personality-based channels, so the occasional visual flourish is nice and adds to it. Things like a half-decent end screen is a good thing to have, and an image that looks good that you can sit through for 5 minutes without thinking, well,
Without tearing out your eyes.
Yeah.
What do you find with animation?
Hmm?
With animation, are you still
wakey
awake?
wakey?
with animation, what do you find with?
No, that's a good point, because and as an animator, you know, it is more of the visual side of things, but it's
there's
a
also
lot
your
of your
story, isn't it?
personality in there as well, isn't there?
Well, the flip side of that is that my face is shown, so I must be quite beautiful. But I don't know, because it's not just animation. I think if you attribute popularity solely to visuals or personality, then you are discounting more than just the animation genre. I mean, you've got action, you've got visual effects, even games that, like, they have the personality there, but you can't see them, and it's all about interests, really. If you've got something interesting to say, or if you fall into a category wherein someone wants to pay attention to you, no matter what you sound or look like, then you know that's interesting content, and that's going to get people's attention. As I said, like, I've put myself on camera as opposed to just drawing, so I don't know if maybe there's a personality thing there. But mostly people are listening to what I'm saying over just these really crappy doodles. So that's definitely not visuals. That's not my face isn't there, and the drawings are not great, and it's not personality because I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about other people and life experiences, and actually what I now realize is quite a bland way. So, just the second. So it's what grabs people's attention and what inspires people or what interests people. I think if you want to make it personality visuals, then you're really talking about probably vloggers, probably beauticians, and that's not to discredit them because they are incredible at what they do. So it's a bit of an awkward question, really.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You should be.
I think it's like if you focus on being either one of those things, you might not make it. Like I think quite a lot of people would advise you to the majority. What would appeal to the majority is to be this big personality. You have to be this person that people want to follow. And generally, yeah, that is true. People do like to follow these personalities. But I don't know, with my channel, I don't really focus on that much at all. I kind of, like, I will appear every now and again on camera, but I have made videos which are purely just my camera work, just little artsy video montage shit. But yeah, people do find, interest in that as well. Like, I kind of mix and match a little bit with that, but I don't think you should, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, if you find, like, a balance in there's just as long as when you watch the video back and you're kind of happy with it and you feel like, maybe show it to someone else, and if they feel like it's good, then it's good, and it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think it's quite a reductive assessment to sort of say there are two types of YouTubers, because there's not. There's millions. I mean, in this room, there's probably hundreds of different types of YouTuber, We're all beautiful and unique snowflakes. The first rule of Fight Club is. But yeah, I think that it comes back to that same thing where if you're trying too hard to fit yourself into a box, you're going to end up either making something really bad or just being unhappy with what you're making. I feel like if you're making something that you're passionate about and that you wanted to make and you've made it just because, then that's great. That's a good thing. It doesn't matter if nobody sees it. Just do it. Just fucking make things. Do stuff. If you want to make videos, make videos. Don't wait around and don't think that because you're not getting the views or you're not getting the subscribers that in some way that devalues what you've made. That's not the case. We're all making shit, really, in the grand scheme of things. We're
all going to die.
Yeah, we're all going to die. The internet will cease to exist, and then everything that we've made, our life's work, will just fucking disappear in a puff of smoke. So it doesn't matter. Just do what you want to do, make things, get out there, do it. Make shit, embrace it. And I think we're going to leave it there, but Jazza, you want to say a few words?
Hi. I'm Jazza, I'm one of the organisers, and I just kind of popped in to see how Paul was doing, and I had to stay. I had to stay because the atmosphere in here is amazing, and you're like the reason that we put this on. Like, we started all as just a load of nerdy kids on YouTube, like sitting around. We were all small YouTubers. We all had one subscriber, and I'm getting emotional. Don't make it worse. Over this whole weekend, it is so easy to get worked up with the parents who are pissed off that their kids haven't gotten to see Dan and Phil, and to know that you guys are still here and you're still making videos, and if I were 18, I would still be part of that community. That's fucking beautiful, and I want to say thank you very much. Right, bugger off, go.